Namaste care for people living with dementia. Namaste is a term from Hinduism, meaning to honour the spirit within. Namaste care was developed in 2013 by Joyce Simard, a social worker in the USA. However, many of the interventions used within the approach have long traditions within dementia services, stretching back to massage therapy, aromatherapy, and the use of multi-sensory rooms. Such rooms are designed to create calming and welcoming atmospheres. In the room, there are tactile items, relaxing music, gentle lighting, and soothing aromas of candles or essential oils. Namaste can be delivered in a person's own home, in a care setting, or in a hospital. Namaste itself was originally intended as an end-of-life program for people living with advanced dementia in care homes. It was a response to requests from care home staff that something special needed to be developed for people in the advanced stages of dementia, those who could no longer participate in traditional group activities. Namaste is a gentle, sensory-based approach which aims to enhance quality of life. It does this by engaging a person's senses through sound, touch, smell, taste and sight. This can include hand massages or sharing familiar food or drinks. Other activities may include reading favourite books or poems, sharing a memory box, or encouraging gentle movement. The person's life history is used to tailor interventions. For example, a former mechanic could benefit from interacting with tools, while a knitter may be provided with balls of wool. Within the context of CAIT, our Namaste programs aim to ensure all the 8 fundamental needs are met within the interactions. The emphasis placed on each need will depend on the person, because people are all different. This is represented in the diagram by the different sizes of the circles. For example, if the need for love and belonging is highly important for an individual, then the meeting of this feature must be a major focus of the techniques used. Nevertheless, it's important to remember to try to consistently meet all the needs to some extent in order to maintain a person's sense of well-being. So in the case of the mechanic, we could be setting up the Namaste session in a manner that ensures he or she feels safe and that they are comfortable. The mechanic would be given the opportunity to hold the tools, feel their textures, experience the smells, and the different temperature of the woods, metals and leathers. We could encourage them to take the lead in them showing us the tools. And if they're unable to speak, we might talk about our own experiences of trying to work with the tools. We might tell funny stories, some of our own DIY mishaps. Family members could tell familiar stories about the person's work, their types of job, or funny tales from the person's past. Through our words and actions, we'd make it evident that the person was the expert in this situation. The session may include pictures of workmates, places that the person worked, or favourite vehicles they worked on. Long-distant family members can also be involved by sending messages or photos via email or in letters, or even have visits via FaceTime that the carer could access. Namaste promotes intergenerational input, and close family and friends are encouraged to join in either face-to-face or via technology. For example, family members can record themselves having a one-way conversation with the person. Such a technique is sometimes referred to as simulation presence therapy. In simulation presence, the family makes positive statements about the person and may even ask open questions or non-specific questions and then leave a pause for potential replies. For instance, a daughter may say, "Hi Mum, it's your daughter Helen, and I'm wondering how you're feeling today." Then the recording pauses, given the option of a response. If the person living with dementia listening to the recording has poor short-term memory, such a recording could be used a number of times each day, although its impact would clearly need to be monitored. We could end the session by giving the person a hand massage, maybe using the strong smelling soap commonly used by mechanics to clean their hands of oil. As seen from the 8 fundamental needs diagram, positive touch is a part of Namaste care. This innate need for touch seems to be amplified even more following the coronavirus pandemic, as carers have been unable to provide such contact. During Namaste sessions, carers may comb people's hair or simply take the person's hand and dance with them to their favourite music. Namaste care activities can address the spiritual needs of a person living with dementia. A spiritual activity package may involve prompts for praying and the singing of hymns. The package could also involve the inclusion of smells and paraphernalia associated with the person's beliefs or faith. A notebook could be assembled with religious and spiritual prayers or sayings and pictures that would be familiar to the person. Pictures of local churches, mosques, synagogues, temples, etc. might also be meaningful, as they may help recall attending services with family and friends. Evidence for the benefits. Researchers have shown a number of measurable benefits for Namaste, but a lot of the power of Namaste care occurs within the interpersonal exchanges, and therefore this can be difficult to measure. Nevertheless, benefits have been shown in terms of reduced falls and reduced numbers of chest and urine infections due to a concentrated approach to encouraging fluid intake during sessions. There seems to be less agitation and improved sleep, thus reducing the need for antipsychotic medication. Staff morale improves and family satisfaction with the service is also enhanced. From discussions with staff, they report increases in eye contact, smiles and laughter. People appear calmer and more settled, and the person seems more alert and engaged. Where to deliver Namaste. Namaste techniques can be delivered by all carers, although training programs are extremely helpful in gaining competence and confidence in the different approaches. It can be used in community settings, care homes and hospital wards. And in some studies, volunteer visitors have gone into acute hospital settings to deliver care, particularly to those older people who have few visitors. Namaste can be a great option for volunteers because sensory stimulating activities are relatively simple and require limited resources. The impact of the techniques must be closely monitored, and some trial and error learning is inevitable when trying to find the appropriate level of stimulus and support for individuals living with dementia. Because the person's presentation is frequently deteriorating at this stage in their illness, constant adjustment and recalibration of the person's needs are required from the carers. This is to ensure that the person living with dementia is experiencing well-being. Finally, thank you for watching this animation. We hope you found it useful, and we look forward to your feedback on your use of Namaste.